all get texts on our phones every day. But for one reporter, a message came with a secret government plan. The details coming up.
A sports broadcaster with a storied career passed away over the weekend. Learn about Bill Mercer's legacy around the country and right here at UNT.
And a buzzer beater took UNT one step closer to clutching the NIT trophy. See what happens Sunday as the Mean Green get ready to take the court tonight.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Melanie Garcia.
And I'm Jackson Garrett Spring. Tributes are pouring in from across the country following the news of Bill Mercer's death.
The broadcasting legend and former UNT professor passed away Saturday at the age of 99. He was well known for his impact on sports and news broadcasting.
Mercer was also loved by hundreds of students here at UNT. Our live shot reporter Jackson Berry is live at Daku Stadium with more. Jackson?
Thank you, guys. I'm here right outside of Daku Stadium, where Bill spent many years calling games for the Mean Green. But sports fans around the world also recognize his voice. The legendary broadcaster of 35 years spent his time here teaching and sharing his knowledge. Best known as the original voice of the Mean Green, Mercer's career spanned over 6 decades. In November of 1963, he covered President Kennedy's assassination in Dallas, and it was there that he informed Lee Harvey Oswald that he would be charged with the murder of the president. Mercer went on to call games for the Texas Rangers, Dallas Cowboys, and UNT Athletics, his influence reaching far and wide. But his greatest impact was here at this university, where he spent decades mentoring generations of future broadcasters.
Bill was a lot of things to a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I think that the biggest legacy he left probably is that the number of really good students that still to this day will tell you they wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for Bill.
Some of Bill Mercer's many students are paying tribute to him online, and his family are still currently setting up the funeral. That's all I've got for you guys right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jackson. Bill Mercer's love of UNT sports is still being felt here on campus, and the men's basketball team is doing a great job of honoring his memory. Our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, has an update on their postseason progress. Gabby?
That's right, guys. Our Mean Green men's basketball team is preparing for round 3 of the National Invitational Tournament. They've had to face some tough challenges and difficult matchups, and our sports anchor Adam C. captured an inside look at Sunday night's thrilling game.
This past Sunday, the National Invitational Tournament, also known as the NIT, had their second round matchup between the Mean Green and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. The contest went back and forth as both teams jockeyed for position. Throughout the first half, both teams went on multiple runs and kept the game close. I'm standing right here outside the Super Pit where the North Texas Mean Green are currently leading the Arkansas State Red Wolves 34-33 heading into the half. Latrell Giselle leads both teams in scoring with 13 points on 5 for 9 shooting off the bench. The Mean Green would begin the half on a 9-0 run, but they'd once again struggle to break away. With 22 seconds remaining, the Red Wolves' Taryn Todd would sink a layup to tie it at 63 apiece. Then, Jasper Floyd would make this game winner. And here's what Jasper had to say about his own heroics.
I seen an open lane, and they got really good length and a really good shot blocker. So I stopped, played off 2, and then that shot felt really comfortable.
Coach Hodge had some additional comments on Jasper's game winner.
Tough shot, man. He's been incredible in this run. I talked about after the last game, just how much he does behind the scenes for us and his intangibles and his work ethic. And it was actually, I asked him, I don't know if you guys asked him, it was his first college game winner in his career. And boy, did it come at a big time.
With ntTV News, I'm Adam C.
The Mean Green are moving on to the quarterfinals, where they'll take on Oklahoma State tonight in a little under 2 hours. So be sure to tune in after our show and support our Mean Green. I'll be back later in the show with updates on the Mavs, the Stars, and our women's basketball team, who is also in tournament play. But for now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Well, as college basketball action heats up, so does the weather in Texas.
That's right, Jackson. It's definitely getting warmer outside, and I'm pretty sure I was sweating on my way to class. Let's send it over to our weather anchor, Justin Walters, for a first look at the forecast. Justin?
Melanie, I was sweating to class too today, and that unseasonable heat is plaguing North Texas, but the silver lining is some rain's coming into our area starting tonight. Current conditions right now, 87 is the current temperature outside. Here at UNT, it feels like 86. Look at that wind, about 7 miles per hour. This is where it starts. The rain starts tonight. A 40% chance tonight. 61 is going to be the low. The winds, weirdly enough, are not going to be as high as we've seen with these storms, so we're not really predicting any severe weather tonight or tomorrow. 79 is going to be the high, and it's going to feel like 82, but those winds are really going to help. However, that feels like temperature of 82. That's because of the moisture now moving in. Over the past few weeks, we've had a dry spell. Now we're finally getting the rain. A 40% chance coming in tomorrow, 40% chance coming in Thursday. And I'll have more on that well-needed rain heading into our area coming up in our 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Jackson, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Today, members of Congress questioned some of the Trump administration's top intelligence officials over an embarrassing security breach. It was revealed this week that a reporter from The Atlantic was accidentally included in a top-secret group chat. CNN's Laura Aguirre has the latest.
If this was the case of a military officer or an intelligence officer and they had this kind of behavior, they would be fired.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe in the hot seat with several lawmakers after the revelation of a signal chat group with other top Trump administration officials and Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. Both Gabbard and Ratcliffe were on the chat, according to Goldberg, but only Ratcliffe confirmed he was there. Goldberg also claims that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discussed likely classified details of an impending U.S. attack on Houthi rebels in Yemen, which Hegseth denies.
Nobody was texting war plans.
That's a lie. He was texting war plans. He was texting attack plans. When targets were going to be targeted.
I believe there was discussion around targets in general.
As for using an app like Signal to communicate sensitive information,
Signal was loaded onto my computer. That is a practice that preceded the current administration.
This is just a normal day at the CIA where we chat about this kind of stuff over Signal. In fact, it's so normal that the last administration left it here for us. That's your testimony today.
That's your testimony.
No, that's
Senator.
not my testimony. That's what you said.
the president and national security advisor responding this afternoon.
There was no classified information, as I understand it.
We are looking into and reviewing how the heck he got into this room.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Millions of low-income Texans may soon have less access to popular grocery items. That is because state lawmakers are considering big changes down in Austin. A bill being proposed at the Texas Capitol would ban SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, from being used for soda, candy, chips, canned cookies, or energy drinks. Several other states have passed similar bills. Texas Republicans who support the idea say this would promote health and well-being. Critics argue that families should decide what is best for themselves, and that many low-income families, Texans, do not have easy access to nutritional food. The Texas Senate is scheduled to debate this bill on Monday.
The eyes and prayers of people around the globe have been focused on Pope Francis. We now know just how severe his condition became. The latest up next.
And as UNT students feel the impact of midterms, we'll take you live to an event happening right now to get your head out of the books with some peace and relaxation.
Just 2 days after Pope Francis was released from the hospital, it was revealed that doctors were seriously considering ending his health treatment and letting him die. On February 28th, the doctor in charge of the Pope's care had a tough decision to make: either pull the plug or continue caring for him and risk causing more harm than good. The Pope's nurse made the decision to continue treatment, saying, quote, "Try everything, we won't give up." The Pope was released from the hospital on Sunday after 38 days of treatment.
Well, Jackson, as the Pope's conditions gets better, there are some things we can do to prevent getting sick as well.
That's right, Melanie. Our segment anchor, Maddie Holson, is here in the studio with more on your health. Maddie.
Thanks, Jackson. As of recently, more and more Americans are waking up to find that they have type 2 diabetes. The disease can take a serious toll on your health, so it's important to know if you're at risk and the actions you can take to prevent it. People at risk of diabetes include those that are overweight, obese, over the age of 35, have family history of disease, or live a sedentary lifestyle. Some races are at higher risk of becoming diabetic as well. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes by staying active, eating healthy, and including more vitamins in your diet. Now, even though diabetes is more common in older people, it can be developed at any age, so it's important to take good care of yourself. Another disease you could test for is measles. The measles outbreak from the start of the year has taken a toll on Texas. There have been nearly 330 confirmed cases of the Texas disease. The Texas Department of State Health Services says 40 of the infected have been hospitalized and 2 have died. The outbreak is affecting people of all ages, however, most of them are children. Only 2 of those infected had the vaccine and the rest were unvaccinated. Measles is a highly contagious and spreadable disease, so it can spread rapidly. Officials highly suggest getting the measles vaccine because it is 97% effective in preventing it. Another toss-up in the medical world, the Trump administration has cut funding for several HIV-based research grants after deeming the studies wasteful spending. Federal data shows 1.2 million Americans have the disease and it has caused more than 700,000 deaths in the last 40 years. While this decision does align with Trump's executive orders about federal spending, the United Nations says HIV-related deaths will surge rapidly without the funding from the U.S. That's all I have for your health. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Maddie. So, Mel, now that the weather is warming up, do you have any fun weekend plans?
Actually, Jackson, funny enough, I'm actually heading to Oklahoma for a quick hike. So it's about to be nice outside. What about you?
Well, I hope you have fun in my hometown. I'm just going to relax and enjoy myself on my patio this evening. But before I do that, our weather anchor, Justin Walters, has more on the full weather report. Justin?
Thank you, Jackson. Hot temperatures continue, but our upcoming rain chances will hopefully extinguish the heat, at least for a few days. Outside in North Texas right now, we see 80s everywhere. Mid-80s closer to East Texas, mid to upper 80s in the metro, 90 in Stephenville, 89 in Graham, 89 in Bowie, and of course in Denton, 87 degrees. And across the state, it's mostly the same. I mean, everywhere in Texas you go, it is in the 80s. 86 in Shreveport, 89 in Austin, 89 in Abilene, 82 in El Paso and Amarillo. Those are the cool spots, if you can even call them cool. 83 in Oklahoma City. It's basically non-monotonous. No matter where you go in our region, it is in the 80s. However, let's get to that 7-day forecast because I want you to see this. 40% chance starting tonight of rain. It's going to get down to 61 degrees, as I mentioned earlier. Thursday, 40%. Friday, 60%. Look at the temperatures. Lows in the 60s, highs in the 70s to near 80. But after that rain moves in, look at Saturday's high, 89. I would not be shocked if we see 90s on Saturday. 66 the low, but look at Sunday. We have a bit of a cold front moving in. And while that's not going to give us a whole lot in terms of rain chances, it's going to lower those lows back into the 40s and 50s. 85 Sunday, Monday 70 with the 10% chance of rain, and 78 Tuesday also with the 10% chance of rain. Melanie, back to you.
Thanks, Justin. The heat is not the only thing that is bothering people right now. There's a scam on Facebook Marketplace that you may want to watch out for if you're in the market for a new car. Check it out. If you're in the market to buy a car, finding one online may help you save money. But with scammers taking advantage of first-time buyers, there may be a few precautions you want to take before purchasing a vehicle.
On Facebook Marketplace, these people are buying these cars who have been completely tampered with. They're not street worthy. They're taking advantage of women, elderly, any college student really. They're taking advantage of these people just to make a few bucks on a car that shouldn't be on the road.
Title jumping and tampering with the odometer are common within vehicle scammers, with intentions to hide the vehicle's true condition.
When I received the Carfax from these individuals, it was completely altered. I don't know how they did it. They completely altered the Carfax. The mileage on the title does not match the odometer, and the title doesn't match the Carfax. What is going on?
So the next time you're purchasing a second-hand car, be sure to search the VIN number. This allows you to check the vehicle's history. The title status could be salvaged, clean, or rebuilt. Regardless, the title should match with the VIN number. Be sure the owner of the car matches the name on the title to avoid any title bonds. And beware of any lights on the dash being tampered with, as scammers try to hide any evidence of maintenance the vehicle may need. The VIN number should be located on the inside of your driver's side door. There is also an OBD2 code scanner you can buy if you want to make sure no codes have been deleted on the vehicle you are trying to purchase.
Here at UNT, midterms are upon us and many students are juggling their academic stress. Our live reporter, Grace Grimes, is in the Union learning how students can take a break and let loose during these stressful times. Grace?
Thanks, Jackson. While stress can be overwhelming, UNT is helping its students with the effects of midterms by hosting an event to discover how focusing on mindfulness can help you stay calm and focused during the school year. The UPC Program Council has put on this event, and it includes guest speakers focusing on mindfulness and art expression instead of perfection. It also includes rock painting, journaling, and snacks for students to enjoy. I know I'm about to take a seat and learn how to de-stress for the school year. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Grace. Here at UNT, one thing can often feel like a stressful constant, disrupting our daily plans. But we'll explain why you won't have to be bothered by it for long.
And Denton has just the place to relax, enjoy a tasty drink, and even grab the mic. We've got everything you need to know when we come back.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
If you haven't noticed by now, roads here on campus are going through a major makeover. Our reporter Emma Burns is live on Welch Street at the main construction site on campus. Emma?
Thanks, Melanie. Navigating this road construction can be difficult. I myself have had some issues getting around, but there is purpose to all the madness. The road work is a part of the 2019 street bond specifically for neighborhoods 2 and 6 construction packages, which includes UNT's campus. The $35 million plan includes construction on water lines, complete roadwork construction, and repairing and adding new sidewalks. I had the chance to speak with Seth Garcia, the City of Denton's interim director of capital projects, and he shared insight to ease students' minds as they navigate these changes.
We're trying to go as quickly as we can and make as much progress in as short amount of time as possible. So if you bear with us, we're hopefully going to have some great roadways for you guys to drive on here soon. We work really closely with the UNT folks to make sure that we're providing all access for graduation and major events. Even currently we have Bonnie Brae Phase 3 in front of the football stadium going on. So we're going to be working closely with them come August, September, October when football season gets going to make sure we're allowing traffic to get in and out the best we can.
Now, as for timelines, the Welch Street construction should wrap up this summer. But as that construction wraps up, a new construction will begin right here on my other side for the Union Circle. To catch up on all road work and road closures, you can visit discussdenton.com, or you can stay tuned here on North Texas Television as we continue to bring you updates. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Emma. Jackson, I'd like to have a drink tonight and relax, but I don't want to be hungover tomorrow morning.
Well, fortunately, there's an alternative to alcohol that's available at a bar right here in Denton. And I've heard they're opening an open mic night. Our segment anchor, Gabriella LeBlanc, has more. Gabriella?
Thanks, guys. That's right. A bar in downtown Denton provides guests a drink to calm their nerves and just relax without any alcohol. It's called the Kava Bar. Kava is a small shrub native to islands in the Pacific that has been used to medical and spiritual practices for over 3,000 years. Traditionally, while the drink was shared, the leader would clap his hands once and yet bula, meaning to long life and good health. If you're looking for a new place to have a unique drink and find new artists to listen to, the Kava Bar has open mic night every Monday in Denton from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m.
It's been open for around 4 years. We were the first Kava Bar in DFW with the goal to bring non-alcoholic alternatives, mocktails, things like that to the community.
The Kava Bar lets people express how they feel through covered songs or written songs. Guests get a 15-minute increment to talk, sing, or dance, and they also get to discover new artists to listen to.
Yes, absolutely. I've met a lot of great artists through this open mic and other open mics around town, so I totally agree.
The Kava Bar is a place where you can express your talents in many different ways, from singing, dancing, to professing your poetry. The Kava Bar is located 109 Industrial Street, Denton, Texas. I decided to taste the kava and bring along a special guest, Carly Brandenburg, to taste it with me. This is Gabriella LeBlanc, and this is North Texas Television. The owners discovered kava after trying it for the first time during the pandemic and knew they wanted to bring the beverage here to Denton. Not only do they offer the unique drink, they also host an open mic night every Monday for guests to showcase their talents while they sip and enjoy their night. The Kava Bar is known for having a judgment-free atmosphere, and having open mic nights builds a sense of community to Denton. If you're looking for a unique drink and a show after a long day of work or school, Kava Bar may be the place for you. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Gabriella. Sports fans here in North Texas are counting down the days until the Rangers' opening day later this week. But it's not just baseball that has fans excited. This week, the team unveiled some of the new food options that will be available at Globe Life Field this season. This includes including a 2-foot-long burrito that comes with its own carrying case. Rangers fans can also sink their teeth into a few new lobster dishes, including lobster mac, lobster nachos, and a lobster roll, as well as some other options, including crazy drunken noodles and bacon on a stick. The Rangers will play 81 regular season home games starting this Thursday against the Boston Red Sox.
Well, Jackson, it sounds like it's an exciting time to be a Rangers fan.
I agree. Definitely going to be on the lookout for bacon on a stick.
Our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, is here with more action, including the latest on North Texas basketball. Gabby.
Yeah, guys, as much as I love bacon, we've got to keep an eye out for the women's basketball team. They're on a roll with their postseason performance, and I'll have more on them, plus how the Mavs and Stars are doing right after this.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out ntQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a ntQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for ntQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.ntq.org to learn more. ntQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
The Dallas Mavericks may have fallen to the 11th seed in the West, but there could be a sliver of hope for their playoff future. Anthony Davis is finally back. He played in his first game with the Mavs last night against the Brooklyn Nets since his injury in early February. Davis helped lead Dallas to a 120-101 win with 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, plus a steal and a block. While it was great to see Davis play after nearly 2 months, Najee Marshall was the star last night with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Those numbers are even more impressive considering they were off the bench, and I can't imagine what our Mavs will look like with everyone healthy. Dallas can still clinch a spot in the play-in tournament with 10 games left, and they'll play Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks tonight, starting in just a few minutes. And meanwhile, the Dallas Stars are still number 2 in the Western Conference with a record of 45-21-4. They faced the Minnesota Wild last night in a quick-scoring potential playoff matchup. Now, when I said quick, I meant after the first period since there were 0 goals thanks to Stars goalie Jake Ottinger. Starting late in the second, Wyatt Johnston got a tip-in goal, and Matt Duchene followed up with a snapshot not even 60 seconds later. Minnesota was kept quiet, not just in the second period, but for the entire game, while Dallas got yet another goal thanks to Mason Marchment. The Stars dominated with a 3-zip win, and Ottinger ended with an incredible 32 saves. Dallas's next game is at 9 tomorrow night against the Edmonton Oilers. And finally, our women's basketball team is starting their postseason off strong. They played in round 1 of the National Invitational Tournament last night against the UT Arlington Mavericks. And although they had a slow start, Kyla Deck led the Mean Green to a 78-67 victory with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. Defense was key with a crucial and one from Shadeja Brackens and a whopping 6 steals from Deck. This is the women's first postseason tournament win since 2019, their 16th win in the Super Pit this season, and their 11th straight home win. ntTV sports reporter Jordan Lindsay captured moments from the game and a few words from head coach Jason Burton. Their next matchup is Thursday at 6 p.m. versus the Troy Trojans, so be sure to tune in and cheer our Mean Green on. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. While our team won their home game, the livestock at the Houston Rodeo made an attempt at an away game on Monday when a latch came loose on a trailer carrying 32 steers.
The driver was able to stop 25 of them, but the rest were left to law enforcement. Using a chopper and crews on the ground, they were able to round them up and get them home.
Locals say they found it quite humorous and claim to be enjoying the show, not thinking twice about seeing cows running around Texas. What would you do if you saw cows running around campus?
Well, when in Texas, I guess we would just have to saddle up.
Very clever, Jackson.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.